I don't really like Peppa Pig. She's not a very nice pig. And I hate having, like, thumbs in me. The older I get, the more I want to explore and push the needle. Comfort is the death of anything interesting.
Hey guys, it's Shannon here with an up-and-coming artist, Ed Sheeran.
Glad I'm still up and coming.
Yeah.
Good. That feels good.
Still a lot of room to grow, I guess.
I hope so.
Okay, we got to talk about the new album, Play. It's coming out very soon.
Yeah.
How are you feeling leading up?
Good. I kind of forgot it was coming out, to be honest, because we've been on tour and I started releasing the singles in spring. I felt like I wanted to do a lot of songs before the record came out because I hadn't done a pop record in a while.
Is it hard to not then want to play all of the songs?
Well, I have been. That's why I keep forgetting that it isn't already released, because I've been playing songs that haven't even been released yet, in the tour. Once you play them, then fans then bring signs asking you to play them, and then you play them more. And
I always find that so fun when artists will play songs that aren't even out. Like Chapel Roan performed her song This Subway like a year before she actually ended up releasing it. So it feels like you kind of get to live with it and then still celebrate it when it comes out. Yeah,
it's a balance though, isn't it? Because you want people to still be surprised, but then also you want people to feel familiar with some of the songs. So I think there's a little balance of the two. There's a lot of songs on the album people haven't heard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've heard it, so I'm excited. Yeah,
Great.
So
Thank you.
Having been in the industry for like 15 years, the last couple of shows I've been to has been like Blackpink and Benson Boone. And both in those shows, they have had certain moments in the show where they're like, okay, everybody put your phones away for these next song or this next two songs. How has your relationship been kind of with phones at shows? Because I feel like it's even changed even in the last 5 years or with the rise of TikTok.
I'm not too fussed about phones at shows because, well, people have paid to come to the show, so enjoy it in whatever way you want to enjoy it. That isn't how I would go to a show and enjoy it. I would go to a show and maybe once or twice you'd film something, but yeah, it's like it's their prerogative of whatever they want to do. It's like movies. Like sometimes I sit and watch movies with friends and they'll just text throughout the whole movie, but that's the way that they want to enjoy the movie. Right. It's not the way I would enjoy the movie, but it's the way they want to enjoy the movie, and kind of got to let people make their own decisions. But saying that, I've done shows where we've, those little yonder cases. You've been to like comedy shows where they take your phone. We've done shows like that before, and that's great. But yeah, I feel like if someone spent £100 on a ticket, do what you want.
Yeah. It's your show.
It's your show. Yeah, enjoy it the way you want to enjoy it.
Play being the first in the album series, how much have you planned what's going to go into the next few albums? Do you have a general idea of what?
Well, I made Play and Rewind at the same time, and we finished Play first because it felt like the most exciting one. So Rewind is, I'd say, 2 months off being like totally locked and loaded and ready to go, and I guess at some point in the next 18 months it will come out. But yeah, they're very much like twin albums, I guess. But one lent more into Indian culture and one lent more into nostalgia. So they kind of veered off in different directions.
Was it hard to narrow down for Rewind?
No, weirdly no, because each song has a purpose. I think with each album, you have the songs you think are the singles, and then in the gaps, basically, you have to do purposeful songs. Rather than having 10 singles, you do a song like Azizam and a song like Sapphire, but then a song like Old Phone and a little more. I feel like they give the album a journey and purpose rather than it just being bangers. I wasn't trying to make Thriller. I was trying to make something else. The music should always be about exploring and learning, and I think that's what I always found exciting as a teenager, was just discovering new things and learning chords and learning songs. And I think the older I've been getting, the more I've been traveling. Like every country that we've been going to, I've been bringing a local artist on stage and singing in the local language, and that has just kind of bled into recording. I've toured India for the last 10 years, and we keep going back and I keep meeting new people and keep learning, and there's just so much talent there that you can't help be sucked in by it. You can't help but, if someone says, let's get in the studio, you get in the studio and suddenly you're creating something completely different that you would have never made before. So I think the older I get, the more I want to explore and push the needle. Like, I don't want to make my debut record again. That's already done. I want to keep trying new things. I don't know. I think comfort is the death of anything interesting. You're never going to make anything interesting if you're just doing comfort zone all the time.
Right. But do you find that's harder to find?
You just have to be open-minded. I think when I was a lot younger, I was so closed-minded to stuff because I was so in the singer-songwriter genre that I was like, this is the only thing that I can do, and it has to be acoustic, it has to be this. And I think as I've got older, like even me just working with Pharrell on Sing for Multiply was me going, I could try this. And I remember being in the studio with Pharrell, and if you interviewed him, he'd say the same thing. I wasn't convinced to begin with. I was like, I don't know if this is me. And the more that you explore things like that and have uncomfortable moments that push you, you're going to make more interesting stuff. And I think Sing as a song led to me doing a song like Sapphire, because it just opens your world up more and more.
For fans, how would you describe this next chapter that you're entering?
It's just fun and upbeat, and we've had a lot of fun promoting everything in it. We've had a lot of fun doing pop-ups, doing the old phone stuff, and we're going to continue to have fun until Christmas. And Subtract was such a sad album, and I feel like I'm quite a fun guy, but if you're promoting an album about grief, the tone has to be right. So a lot of that promotion was quite heavy, and a lot of the gigs where you play the album in full, you explain all the stories, and I felt with Play I just wanted to do the polar opposite, and just everything was fun and creative. You make the conscious decision when you're putting out a record like that that is what you're going to have to do. If you're going to do that record, you have to be open about it, you have to be honest about it. But yeah, I feel like with Play it's a bit more bright and colourful and fun.
Yeah, it was so fun to see you reunite with Rupert.
Yeah.
After 14
years.
Here.
He's in Copenhagen, yeah.
No way. Maybe a little surprise appearance on stage tonight?
He's with his family. I'd feel weird being come and stand on stage, and because he doesn't sing, so he just stands there.
You should just send him out on stage and then see.
Yeah, well, we did do that before with good results, but no, I think I'm kind of, he's with his family.
Yeah, but may I just say you look very beautiful in a dress.
Thank you. I felt beautiful.
You can tell. The confidence was there. Do you think it'll be another 14 years, though, before you do something with Rupert again?
I think it has to be. You can't milk that. It has to be has to be special when it comes back. But maybe in 14 years' time, music videos won't be a thing. It will be sort of VR headset stuff.
You've said that Sapphire is your favorite song from this album, but you also have said that it changes every day. So today, what's your favorite song on the album?
Probably still Sapphire, to be honest. I find that song infectious. I love hearing it. I know that sounds weird, being an artist, but I think to be an artist, you have to be a fan of the music that you're making. Otherwise, why are you doing it? You have to be excited about the music that you're making. I think there'll be songs on there that will be fan favorites that are purposefully not singles. Because I sometimes feel like when songs are singles, sometimes the radio ruins a fan's relationship with the song. And some of my biggest songs in my set list weren't radio hits. So there's purposeful songs on the record that are just for fans to have as their own, I guess.
You've talked a lot about how your daughters have inspired your music. With them growing up and getting older, how does that shift your outlook on songwriting and music in general?
I think I'm a lot more looking back now. I think I spent my whole 20s looking forward, and I think that now I've got kids, there's a lot of looking back to my childhood and how I was raised and my parents, and so I guess there's a lot more nostalgia. I think that's bound to happen when you have kids, and also just the things that they're into, it's sort of quite similar. They love David Attenborough wildlife documentaries, which I loved as a kid as well. Wild Thornberrys as well. Did you watch Wild Thornberrys back in the day?
We were just talking about that show yesterday.
They're bang into it. It's mad.
That's so sweet. That's got to be nice too when they're into the things that you were also into as a kid.
Pokemon. Well, you can kind of steer it a little bit.
Right.
You can kind of steer it. They started Peppa Pig, and I was like, I don't really like Peppa Pig.
No?
She's not a very nice pig. Have you watched it?
No.
She's not nice.
No?
No, she's a bit mean to her brother.
What are you excited to experience with them for the first time?
I really think the moment when we're watching Empire Strikes Back and Darth Vader goes, "I am your father." I remember being in the cinema with my dad. They re-released those movies in the cinema. I think George Lucas did an updated version. I remember looking at my dad going, I can't wait to experience that.
That's
just
so
kind of
sweet.
watch them being like, see?
Yeah.
Twist.
I've seen videos online too of kids' reactions and then them just freaking out.
I can't wait. And I can't wait to watch Lord of the Rings with them, but that's far. And also reading. I remember my mum used to read me the Harry Potter books, but a chapter at a time before bed. That sort of stuff I think would be great.
What are you most looking forward to with shifting from the mathematics tour to the loop tour?
So the mathematics tour has been brilliant, but the stage is so logistically difficult to bring places. The way that it's freighted and the way that it's built, we have 2 stages basically, and we flip-flop them and we build them, but we couldn't take it to South America. We couldn't take it to South Africa. We couldn't take it to a lot of places in Asia, purely because we just couldn't get it there. So the loop stage is a bit more agile and we can bring it more places. I would have carried on mathematics forever because I love playing in the round, but it just, as soon as we built it and we started traveling it, we suddenly hit all these road bumps of we can't go here, we can't go here, we can't go here. And my touring life has always been we play everywhere and we will go to the places where big tours don't go, and we've just found ourselves on this tour not being able to do that. So loop is a bit more agile.
So you're prone to accidents more than I feel like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Your record of the different ways that you've gotten hurt throughout the years is wild.
Yeah.
Is there one instance that you look back on now that you just think is like hilarious or that just cracks you up to think about?
Falling into a bit of a volcano, I look back at and I'm like, I actually could have died then. And the more I think about it, the more crazy I think it is that the guy, we were climbing up this like active volcano, and the guy who was taking us up was like, whatever you do, don't stray off the path. And the first thing I did was like, oh, there's a little bubbly brook over here. I'm going to have a look. And then my foot fell in it. Have you heard the story? And it went in my boot and peeled off all my skin and stuff like that. But I'm like, had it not been this big, I would have fallen in it and I would have died. And I think about that a lot, that was quite close to, I just shouldn't do stupid stuff, basically.
3 things you love about Canada and or Toronto specifically.
Toronto feels like London. So that's what I like about it. It feels very culturally diverse, and all of that feels celebrated when I'm there rather than segregated in different parts. And it's kind of the same in London. When you travel around London, everything is everywhere and there's just culture everywhere. So I really like that about Toronto. I think the music scene's fantastic. Again, I think probably a direct mirror to the culture that exists there. I think Canadians are friendly. It never feels standoffish there. I always feel very welcome, and it was one of the first places I found success outside of the United Kingdom. I've always felt very like welcome and loved there. I almost feel Canadian when I'm there.
Yeah, you're an honorary Canadian. I can deem you that title because I'm Canadian. So
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you know what your love languages are?
Yeah, gifting. This tour's ending and I've got everyone on tour something for it, and it's like my thing to mark stuff. I love getting stuff for friends' birthdays and stuff like that. I'd say, yeah, gifting.
Nice. What about coming back to you?
I don't know really. My wife threw me a surprise birthday party, which I got really emotional at, because I would usually be the one that like organizes things and gets all our friends together, and I think she'd like organized us a like romantic dinner, and then when I walked in, all of my best friends were there, and I don't know.
That's nice. Acts of service.
Maybe. I don't really.
There's also like words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time.
I don't like physical touch. Yeah, I don't like getting touched.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay,
yeah.
We won't hug after this then.
No, I don't mind hugs.
Oh, okay.
But you know, like I have to get a lot of sports massages after the gigs because of everything sort of tensions up, and I hate having like thumbs in me.
Oh yeah.
In me.
Ed, we've covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate you taking the time.
Nice one. Thank you very much.
Nice chatting
That's
with
great.
you.
Really great interview.